Hey nerds, this is Seth with NerdFeed. We're here with Jason Marsden. You've seen him in a bunch of stuff. He's most well known for being Max in a Goofy movie. He's also done numerous voices as far as video games and stuff, Tak, The Power of Juju, Skyrim, things like that. So we're really lucky to get to interview him today. How's your time in Colorado been so far?
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love it here. You're from here.
Yes, yeah.
I dig it. I dig your city.
It's great, it's fun.
Good vibe, it's clean, and people are nice, and the structure of the city's great, good food, good opportunities. We did Nan Desu Kan put us on was it the Django, what was it called? The Django bus? The banjo?
I know what you're talking about.
The banjo jingle bus. It was a tour anyway, and they took us down to Cheeseman Park.
Yeah.
Told us about all the bodies that are buried.
Yeah.
Dig that.
A lot of times people relate a Goofy movie to a coming-of-age story for Max. What is it to you? What does that story symbolize to you as an actor, as a character?
It definitely symbolizes coming of age. It's to me it's a relationship between a boy and his dad, especially as he's going through this awkward phase, especially when his dad's like the ultimate in awkward. I mean, his name is Goofy, for crying out loud. It's not Bob or Dave or Jim. It's Goofy. And he just wants to be cool, and then gets thrust into this road trip, which is another element of this. We all love road trip movies, so it's that. I always felt like, Max is a little too hard on poor Goofy because I just look as Goofy, so he's just innocent. He's just doing what he's doing.
I have to ask, what's your favorite Powerline song?
Stand out above the crowd. You know what?
I do.
If we're gonna
shout it out loud. That's right. That's right.
We did an event at D23 a couple years ago, and it was like the 20th anniversary of a Goofy movie, and it was me, Bill Farmer, Goofy, Jim Cummings, it was Pete, Rob Paulson, PJ, Jenna Von Hoy, it was Stacy, and all of us there. And then the big surprise at the end is they got Tevin Campbell to come out, and he performed the song. And people they lost their minds because they didn't think they could find him or he would do it, but he was game, and it was awesome, and people went crazy.
That's great. To actually follow up to that, do you hang out with a lot of the original cast often? Do you see them? Are you still in contact?
Yeah, Bill and I are pals. I mean, we've known each other for years, even before I started working on a Goofy movie. We've traveled together. We've had dinner at each other's houses. He's just a cool cat. There's more to him than just Goofy. He's an artist. He's an impressionist. He's a comedian. He does tinkers with things. He throws epic Halloween parties. He's the man.
Shifting gears a little bit into the video game world, you voiced a lot of characters in Skyrim. Mm-hmm. When you signed on to do Skyrim, did you think that it would become such a household name that everybody would be playing it, everybody would be hearing you in multiple facets throughout the game?
Nope, I had no idea. You never, it's like with anything, you never know what's going to go on to people. You didn't know a Goofy movie would still be so revered today. I worked on a movie called Hocus Pocus, and that came out, it's a Halloween movie. It came out in July of '93 and kind of disappeared, but people are still watching it to this day. They watch Hocus Pocus like I watch A Christmas Story every Christmas. It's like tradition. It's tradition. You dig it. You can't expect that.
Cool. So do you ever look back at any of your video game roles? For example, I always look back at Tak and The Power of Juju.
Yeah.
Do you ever play the video games and hear yourself in the video games?
I haven't. I did this. The only game I did play, and it was on the the short-lived Sega Dreamcast.
Right, I had one.
It was like their version of like Mario Brothers. It was called the Floygan Brothers, and it was me and Frank Welker. If y'all don't know who Frank Welker is, amazing voice actor. He's Abu in Aladdin. He's Raja in Aladdin. The Cave of Wonders. He's Fred Scooby-Doo. He's in Gremlins. He's been around. So it was a treat to get to work with just me and him. And I played that game. It was fine. Cool. And I still have it somewhere, but the Sega Dreamcast is long gone.
Yeah, I haven't seen one in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
So, staying in the video game facet, if you could pick a video game, just in any video game that you want to act for, that you want to be a part of, which one do you think you would pick?
Oh my gosh, I haven't played video games in a long time. I know they do the superhero ones. I'm a big Batman fan, so I'd love to be in a Batman like one of those Arkham video games. They sound like they have great stories, they're great performances, they look cool.
Character development in video games is hard. It's something that's hard to portray, especially depending on the character. How do you know the character development, the story arc, before you go and record, or is it just kind of like off the seat of your pants, you don't know until you're there?
It's a little bit of both. It depends on the project. Like, TAC, they gave me a preamble in the audition of like, what the story was of the game. In Fallout, I voiced Boone, and that was I was there half an hour, and that was it. And they gave me the backstory because it was important to his character. He lost his wife. He's like really traumatized by that, and that's kind of what fuels him going forward. So yeah, it depends on the project. And there's some you just go in, like I did Final Fantasy 13.2, which I don't know if you played that or could understand the game. I couldn't understand it, and I was in it. We were just literally, well, what is he saying here? Why is he saying it? And the story was so convoluted anyway. Definitely flying by the seat of your pants kind of project. So, last question that I have. Colorado is an interesting place to have conventions. It's such a big area. And you said earlier that you've been here before. Do you think you would come back? Do you think you would hang out here? Yes, I would. I just had this text conversation with a friend. I want to walk up and down these streets a little bit more.
Right.
I dig it. Hang out with you maybe.
Sure.
Hang out with the locals. That's the best way to enjoy a city.
Jason, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And tell the nerds how they can find you on your Twitters, on your Facebooks.
All right, nerds. You paying attention? Twitter at Jason Marsden, JASON. Instagram, same thing, at Jason Marsden. I would love more people to follow me on Instagram because that's where I post the most, and I share a lot more personal things, pictures, videos of bands that I like. And like little funny, stuff. I live stream from there most often, and you can on my website, Jason Marsden, stuff like that. If you want to follow, I'd appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Awesome, nerds. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check us out at nerdfeed.net. Check out our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram, all that fun stuff. Bye, nerds.
Bye, nerds.